Good morning and welcome to our video. Are you ready? Let's study English. So, today is very good. Tuesday, 19th January 2021. Today's lesson, you will need a pencil and your writing copybook. And let's write together. Let's write a story. If we want to write a story, we shall write about 5 things. And I know that you already know these 5 things. Look here, the parts of a story. So, what are the parts of a story? Beginning, middle, end, characters, and setting, right? So if I want to write a story, I need to write about these 5 things. Okay guys, when I tell you now let's write a story, what is the first thing that you need to think about? Not beginning, not middle, not setting, not characters. No. Something that we write in the middle of the page. Very good. We should write our title. So the first step is to write the title in the middle of the page. It should be in the middle of the page. And the title that I will use today to write my story is Help Each Other. So, do you remember what is the next step after we write the title? Yes, step number 2 is leave a space and write a sentence to describe the beginning of the story. So now we should write the beginning of the story. So after the title, we should write the step number 2, the beginning. These are the pictures that will help me to guess the beginning. And here we have some helping words. And I already have written my title in the middle of the page. And now I should write the beginning. I will use one day and were arguing. Okay? So one day and were arguing, I will put them in a sentence. I will start with one day who were arguing. The names Bonnie and Sandy were arguing. So this is the beginning. Yes, we are writing a story. I love writing stories, right? And now we are in step number 3. Step number 1 was very easy. Write the title in the middle of the page. Step number 2, write one sentence about the beginning of the story. Step number 3. What do you think this step shall be? Oh, it's a nice song. Step number 3. What do you think this step shall be? It's a nice song, right? So, step number 3 is to describe the characters and the setting. Miss, what about the middle and the end? We will write the middle and the end after the characters and the setting. So I'll start with the title, then sentence to describe the beginning of the story, then the characters, then the setting. Okay, let's do it. We are still writing a story, and now we are in step number 3. What was step number 3? I forgot. Can anyone help me, please? Very good. To write about the characters and the setting, right? And what was step number 1? The title. Very good. Step number 2, the beginning. Very good. Step number 3, characters and setting. And these are our pictures for the story. And here we have some helping words. We used one day and were arguing. And our title in the middle, step number 1, help each other. After the title, the beginning, and it was one day, comma, Sandy and Bonnie were arguing. Okay? Now, I want to speak about the characters. I didn't write helping words that will help us to speak about the characters because we already know how to write about the characters. So, for example, if I want to say that Sandy is or was naughty, I will go to spelling vocabulary list 1 and I will study how can I write the word naughty, and then I will write it here and I will put the sentence as follows. Look at the sentence. I will start with the name, and here I will start with Sandy. So Sandy was naughty and poor. And then I will speak about his clothes. He was wearing a t-shirt and trousers. Then I will speak about Bonnie. Bonnie was naughty. She was wearing a skirt and a t-shirt. And now I will speak about the setting, the place. I will use these 3 words. They lived in an old house. So now this is my paragraph. Step number 1 was the title, then the beginning, then I described the characters, and then the setting. Now it's your turn to write your story. Okay, and I brought different pictures. Oh, look here at the pictures. The little man, Sandy, and Bonnie are friends here, right? They are not shouting at each other, and they are not arguing, and they are very nice and polite, right? That's interesting. Yes. So today I will only use the first picture. We are going to write about the rest the next week. This week we are only going to write about the first picture. Why, miss? Because I will write about the title, beginning, characters, and setting. That's it. Okay? Okay, so now you are going to write your own story. You need to get your writing copybook and your pencil and your eraser. Okay? Go fetch them and come again. And now let's start and write the first step. Okay, so what is our first step? To write our in the middle of the copybook. We write our, very good, our title in the middle of the page. Write the title in the middle of the page. Okay? And here is the picture that we will use today, and the pictures that we will use in general, because I want you to come up with a title by the help of these pictures. You can say the nice boy, the nice kids. Okay. So now you should write your title in the middle of the page. Now, I asked you to write your title, right? I just wanted to remind you that we need to write the title in the middle of our page, okay? Okay, so the first step was to write the title, and we have already written the title. And now the second step is to leave a space and write a sentence to describe the beginning of the story. I will help you, and we are going to do this step by step. So step number 1, title. Step number 2, beginning of the story. Okay, so we said that now we should write the beginning of our story, right? So this is step number 2, and it's the beginning. Here is the pictures that we have for the story, and these are our helping words. Okay, so the first word is one day. Easy. We usually start our story saying one day, then we add a comma. Man went the house of, nice, polite, kind, wearing, lived, old house. Okay, so we said that the first thing is the title, and I believe now you have written your title, right? And now I will start my first sentence, which is describing the beginning of the story, and I started by leaving a space on the first line, and then I wrote one day. Now it's your turn to continue. Use the words here, of course not all the words. Use like the first 4 words to make a sentence. Man went the house of. One day, a man went to the house of Sandy and Bonnie. It's very easy, right? And this is the beginning. After the beginning, we should describe our characters. Okay? Now, look at your copybook. You should have a title and the first sentence, the beginning of our story, which is one day a man went to, and so on. This is the first and the second step. Now it's the time for the third step, and it is to describe. We should describe the characters and the setting. Describe the characters and the setting. Okay, let's do it. We are about to finish. If you're following my instructions now, this means that you have written your title and the first sentence, the beginning of your story. And here are our pictures and the helping words. We have written the first sentence, the beginning, and we used one day a man went to the house of Bonnie, right? Now it's the time to describe the characters. We have here nice, polite, and kind. You need to pick what you want. I taught you before how to describe characters. We start with the name, then was, then we add an adjective. So maybe you can say Bonnie was nice and polite. Sandy was kind. Or Sandy was polite and Bonnie was nice and kind. Up to you. You can do whatever you want. I just want 2 sentences. One, in the first one you should describe Bonnie, and the second one you should describe Sandy. And then I want another 2 sentences that describe what they are wearing. So you should also speak about that they are wearing a shirt and skirt and trousers. Okay? So maybe you will say Bonnie was nice, Sandy was polite and kind, Bonnie was wearing a skirt and a shirt, and Sandy was wearing a t-shirt and trousers. Okay, and then we will continue and speak about the setting. And here I gave you two words, lived and old house. So you can say they live in an old house, right? And this is your paragraph. In this paragraph, you have your title, the first sentence that describes the beginning, and then you describe the characters and you mentioned the setting. Okay? Okay, now I will show you the paragraph that we wrote together at the beginning of the lesson, and I want you and we will compare it to your paragraph. In this paragraph, I start with the title, and my title was Help Each Other, right? Now you should have your own title in the copybook. Then I wrote a sentence that describes the beginning. I left a space on the first line and I wrote, one day Sandy and Bonnie were arguing. And then I described Sandy and I said Sandy was naughty and poor. He was wearing a t-shirt and trousers. Bonnie was naughty. She was wearing a skirt and a t-shirt. Okay? And then I spoke about the setting and I said they lived in an old house. Now your paragraph is a bit different because your beginning is different. Your beginning should be like a man came to the house or went to the Bonnie's house. And also in your story, Bonnie and Sandy are kind and nice. Here they are naughty and they are poor. And yes, that's it, yes. So now compare your writing, your piece of writing with this one. Make sure that you have, first of all, you wrote the title and then a sentence that describes the beginning, and you describe the characters, and make sure that the sentences of the paragraph are written next to each other, not under each other. The sentences of the paragraph are friends. We write them next to each other, not under each other. And what you have written now is your homework. This is what you need to photocopy and send it to me, or take a picture. So you should take a picture of your writing and you send it on through school everywhere. I'll be waiting for it. You can repeat the video and correct your mistakes and revise what you've written. I want to see a nice piece of writing. I want good handwriting, and that's it, okay? And this is vocabulary list 2. Little man, their house, nice, polite, kind, gold coins, in the morning, in the afternoon. I want you to study this vocabulary list, okay? And this is your homework. I am repeating this again to make sure that you have understood everything. You should write a paragraph in which you should speak about the beginning of your story, characters, and setting. The homework should be written in the writing copybook. The date is here, the title is here, and use these pictures and the helping words to write your paragraph. And this is the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching the video and for doing your homework. See you in the live session. Bye. Love you.